Hello, everybody. Jedediah Thomas here. Today, I wanted to give a huge update about the progress of things. I am Jedediah Thomas. Stay tuned for more content on the mind, the subconscious mind, trauma, limiting belief, motivation, and everything around that. So, today is the second volume of the State of the Onion address, and I had not intended to make one so soon. I was thinking maybe doing one a month, but things are progressing so rapidly and so epically that I felt that this special address would be needed to cover it. So basically, what's happening here is I realized that what I have here is so unbelievably unique that nobody else has it, but it's also so powerful that it really will change people's lives. And so, because of that, I have decided to create a movement around healing the mind, right? So, I have started the movement, the Initiates of the Mysteries of the Mind, or Initiates of the Mind for short. So, as you join the movement, you can become an initiate, which all that means is you are learning about what the mind really is. You're studying it, you're learning, you have the intention to learn more. That's all it means. And as you progress, there is a path of healing where you can be healed yourself and create abundance in your life and the lives of those around you. And then also, probably well into the future, as I get things more organized and more structured, there will be also a path of becoming a healer yourself. So stay tuned for that in the future. But don't hold your breath for it, because, as I said, what I have is so unbelievably powerful. I do have to be very conscious about who I teach it to, because it can be used in inappropriate ways or completely misused or abused depending on who gets a hold of it. So not only am I kind of doing all of the work myself right now, but I also have a responsibility to mankind to not let what I've found fall into the wrong hands, whether that be nefarious individuals or governments or what have you. It's just that powerful. So for now, I will be doing all of the work, but I will be creating a movement around this. So right now, if you'll see on my screen, this is kind of just a rough draft of what I've got going on here. And you'll see that we have kind of the outside of the box, which is the damaged, right? Which is basically anyone who's anybody on the planet Earth and has not been initiated into the mysteries of the mind. Basically, it's not to look down on them. It just means that they have not started their path of learning. They have not started their path of healing. That's all it means. There's no better or worse than anyone else here. It's just a way to distinguish those who are now taking that first step to become an initiate, to join the movement, to start learning about the mysteries of the mind. And when I say mysteries, that's such a critical distinction, because we have neuroscientists, right? We have people who study the brain, and we have psychologists who study the symptoms of the brain, but we don't really have anyone who truly studies the mind. And this is an entirely new field, truly, because the mind encompasses a lot more than just the brain. It encompasses more than the psyche. It is the core of who we are as human beings. And, outside of, say, religions or some of the more woo-woo spiritual stuff, this stuff isn't even talked about or mentioned or gone into at all. And so my goal here is to bring this mystery to more people and expose what I've learned to humanity, because this is something that will absolutely change the world. So once you become an initiate, you basically join the movement, you join the community, you start learning, and doing whatever you need to do to understand kind of the workings of the mind. And whenever you feel ready, you can start the path of healing, right? And that's the levels of healing here. So we have the healing, those who are actively undergoing healing. We have the healed, which is those who have fully removed any limiting beliefs, fully removed any traumas, and they're pursuing wholeness in their life. And then you have the whole, which is basically those who are healed and then they have achieved wholeness in every area of their life, finances, business, relationships, health, you name it, they've become whole. Now, the distinction here versus, say, like, a lot of religions or a lot of other, systems of beliefs or cults or whatever, is that there is no distinction between who is healing, who is healed, or who is whole. This is a personal process, and everyone is on their own journey, their own path of healing. And basically, due to the nature of traumas, due to the nature of limiting beliefs, at any point in time, you can cycle backwards and get re-traumatized or adopt a new limiting belief, and you go from whole to healing. And there's no shame in that. You heal whatever it is that you need to heal, and then you become healed, and then you work on creating wholeness once again, right? And then there's another layer to this, which I'll explain in another video as I, flesh this out more, is that wholeness describes your relation to your current vision, your current goals, your current where you want to be in life. And as you increase your vision, as you increase your goals, very likely to get to the next level, there will be more limiting beliefs, there will be more traumas that have to be worked through to get to that point. So at that point, you cycle back to healing, and then you heal from all of that, and then you create wholeness at that new level of vision that was greater than the level before. So it's not a static thing. It's not like you can wear a ribbon or have a certification that you're healed and you'll never be unhealed, because human beings are not static, right? We can get hurt and then we heal. And that's just how life is. And there's no difference between a mental wound versus a physical wound. There's no shame in it because it is healable now through the movement, through the processes I've discovered. So there is no distinction, right? Like once you're whole, it just means that you've achieved a certain level, and there's always another level, no matter how big you get. If you become a millionaire, you can become a billionaire. If you become a billionaire, you can become a trillionaire, right? Same with your relationships. If you have a 5-year amazing relationship with your partner, you can have a 10-year amazing relationship with a partner and a 20-year amazing relationship. You can have whatever it is that you want, but you just have to get to that level. So this is much more like a wheel that turns instead of a straight line. You can always go back, and you can be at any point on the wheel, and there's no shame or anything like that. So that is one major distinction between what I have here and basically anything else that's out there, right? Is that healing does not make you better than anyone else. And then following that, you have kind of the bottom layer here, which is the healer's path. And it's exactly the same there, right? So I am the mind master, the first among equals of the mind masters, and whoever I, equip and train to be a mind master. It doesn't make me better than anyone else, right? I'm still healing from things that have happened to me in my life, right? So, just because I've mastered some methodology, it doesn't make me better than anyone else. It doesn't make me any different, right? It just makes me someone who's working on myself, and I'm working on helping other people as well. That's all it means. But in terms of actually breaking it down, novice healers will be taught the methodology of motivation, of massive motivation, which is extremely powerful and will get basically anyone moving to do the things that they need to do to achieve whatever it is that they're trying to do. Now, as they start moving, they will encounter internal blocks, limiting beliefs, traumas. And so that's where we have the next layer of the path, of the healer's path, is an adept healer. And what they will be able to do is be able to remove traumas. So motivation is probably not only the easiest to learn, but it's also the least dangerous, because you're not actually going into someone's mind and changing things. It's like you're just helping someone discover the true nature of how their mind works, right? So you'll be able to facilitate that. Now, the trauma healers, those who are adepts on the healer's path, they will be able to go in and remove traumas. And that's the first layer, where you're actually cracking into somebody's head. And, comparatively, it's not that dangerous, because, there's not much that can go wrong with it, but it does require a certain level of commitment to healing people, does require a certain level of integrity, and, of really, really, truly caring for people and wanting to help bring them out of the pain that they're in, right? So that will be highly, highly scrutinized. Now, the mind masters, the masters of the mind, which is what I am, the first of possibly many, is we will be able to remove limiting beliefs. Now, not only, practically speaking, limiting belief removal is the most complicated, the most trickiest aspect of everything that I do, but it is also the most dangerous if it were to fall into the wrong hands. That's something that can literally change a lot of things. If a bad person gets a hold of that, they can they can do a lot of damage with it. So that will be under extreme scrutiny. I may never actually teach someone else how to do that. I don't know, but we'll see. But the point is that just because I'm a healer doesn't make me better than anyone else. Just because someone is healed doesn't make them better than anyone else. But it means that you're on the healing path. It means that you are initiated, and you are fundamentally different than the damaged, who are out there, who are living on this almost animal instinct level of hurting people and hurting themselves, and not knowing why, and not even sometimes knowing that they're doing it, and being fully controlled by their subconscious and their traumas and their limiting beliefs, and their external circumstances, and you name it, right? All circumstances, internal and external. So kind of, capping all of this off, the other thing that will happen once you become an initiate of the mind is that will help you really clarify your purpose in life, your goals, your vision, and really, really give you clarity like perhaps you've never had before. And then at that point, once you know why you're on this earth, then you can start pursuing the things that you need to do to achieve that purpose. And then we can start on the healing path of actually helping you get to that point by, increasing your motivation, removing traumas, and removing limiting beliefs. All right. So that was basically a breakdown of what I am creating here. It is an entire movement of people who want to heal others, who want to heal themselves. And it's something that will literally change the world. Like, I'm changing people's lives, truly saving them from hell by what I'm doing. And I want to share that opportunity with the world to heal, to join a movement, to actually become whole. And that's really what all of this is about. The fact that, yes, it's truly possible to become whole again, regardless of what you've been told, and being surrounded by people who are actively achieving that and working towards that aim and goal in life. So if you've stayed on this long for the video, I know it's probably a little longer than what I normally do, but I just really wanted to share what's going on here, because this is just so big, so massive, that people are really going to want to get in on this. And as more people pile in, there's going to be FOMO. So this is your chance to start getting in at the ground level before this becomes extremely huge, and then you're playing catch up, as opposed to already being on the forefront of this new science. So once again, I'm Jedediah Thomas, the Mind Master. Thank you so much for watching. Please like and subscribe, follow my channel, and please consider becoming an initiate of the mysteries of the mind. All right, take care. Bye.